Dr. James Womack. I'm excited to be with you on today. Welcome to Module 2 of the Ultimate Interview. We've got 3 sessions to help you make impactful interviews. We are super excited about helping you reach your full potential, helping you get that job you deserve. Are you tired of submitting resumes and not getting interviews? Are you tired of getting the first interview and not getting the second interview? Are you tired of thinking you nailed the interview but never get a call back? Are you tired of walking away feeling confident, but then you get ghosted after the interview? I want to help you close that gap. I don't want you to see you get ghosted anymore. I want to see you go in and be able to nail that interview, nail that job, get the income you deserve, get the income that you've worked so hard for. I want to see you accentuate your talents. I want to see you be able to provide for your families at the level you want to do. I want to see you be able to take the vacations you want to take and make the impact you want to make for the kingdom. So I'm excited about tonight. This is our second session. It's module number 2. In module number 2, we're going to emphasize some great topics on tonight. We're going to go deep about the different types of interviews and how you interview in these different settings and the different type of interviews. In session number 1, real briefly, we talked about some basic things when it comes to interview. We asked the question, do you have a strategy for your job search process? Most people don't have a strategy for their job search process. They got a resume, which may or may not be good. Then they go from there, and then they go into an interview. So you know what? I know what I've accomplished. I know what I've done. I'll nail the interview. But very often people are overconfident in their resumes, and then they are overconfident when it comes to their interview. So we look at it as a job search strategy. It goes from priming yourself, revising your resume, observing the employer and the employment landscape and trends, matching your values, your skills to the employment opportunity. We look at onboarding a coach. We look at you tracking your transferable skills, interviewing well and strategically, offer negotiation, and networking well. So that's our overall process. We call it the promotion process. Whether you're trying to get a new job or you're trying to get promoted, this process is imperative and important. Notice that interviewing is at step number 7 and not step number 1. Too often we don't do the necessary groundwork to build the foundation to have great interviews and great networking. So tonight I want to talk about the stages of interview and look at some comprehensive questions as it comes preparing for your interview. Get your pad out, get your paper out. Here we go. Number 1, you got your preparation stage for questions. You've got to prepare to go in and answer questions well. Anybody can answer questions. It takes a prepared and a strategic person to answer questions well. You aren't just trying to answer questions. You're trying to answer the questions well. You're trying to pitch yourself. You're trying to sell yourself. You're trying to show the match. You're trying to show the fit when you are answering questions. They may ask a question, but you skillfully navigate that question to where you address the question, but you also accentuate and highlight your accomplishments, your certifications, and your skills. In your preparation stage, you want to make sure that you are self-aware. What are my top 3 achievements that align with this role? Can you fluidly roll off the top of your tongue how your accomplishments match what's in that job description? How not your aspirations, but your accomplishments, your achievements, your awards, your stellar attributes. What challenges have I faced in my career, and how did I overcome them? Not what did you go through, but how did you overcome it? Next is, what are my long-term career goals, and how does this role help me achieve that? So when you're talking to people, can you authentically share how this role fits into what you're trying to do? How can I best articulate my unique value proposition? Your goal is to add value to any organization you go to. AV, you want to add value. It's not audiovisual, it is adding value. Are you able to add value wherever you go? When you come on the scene, when you walk into the room, is the organization better because you're there? Is the department better because you showed up? Are they going to make more money because of your skill, your talent, your leadership, your ability to analyze, your ability to innovate, your ability to strategize, your ability to communicate? Will they increase their bottom line because your bottom is in the organization? Smile at me. Next is the company and role alignment. Are you a fit? I mentioned a puzzle. Do you fit like a puzzle? Do you fit like a glove into that department, that organization? What are the company's core values? How do you align with them? It's important to go to an organization, go to their website, find out their core values, find out their goals, find out their services, find out their products, find out their personnel, because you want to go and you want to show up and you want to demonstrate that you can make a difference in that organization and you understand who they are. Number two, what are the company's key competitors? Who are the company's key competitors? Who are the people competing against them? What's their market? What's their uniqueness? What's their advantages? What's their disadvantages? Can you communicate fluently about the competition and how you can help this particular company catch up, close the gap, stay ahead, or get ahead? How does this role contribute to its competitive advantage? What is your contribution? How do you add value? How do you impact the return on investment? How do you impact that company's placement in the environment, in that industry, because you were there? What is the organization's recent performance, their challenges, their major initiatives? What are their press releases? What are the latest postings on LinkedIn? Who are their key people? Who are their key hires? What are their greatest innovations? What do you know about the organization and what they've done? What are the specific skills and experiences and accomplishment that the employer values most for this role? Keyword, accomplishments. What accomplishments can you highlight? Past behavior is sometimes a good indicator of future behavior. Not always, but past accomplishments are good indicators of future accomplishments. You also want to look at role-specific readiness. You aren't just applying for any general job. You're applying for a job in that specific organization. What technical or interpersonal skills are critical for success in this position? In other words, what distinguishes the right person for this position? Number two, what potential objectives might the interviewers have about your qualifications and how can you address them? What gaps do I have in my resume? What gaps do I have in my accomplishments? What gaps do I have in my experiences? What gaps do I have in my exposures? How can I close those gaps? What periodical should I be reading? What should I be researching? Who should I be calling before I go to the interview? What YouTube should I be watching? What LinkedIn classes should I be taking? What Coursera class should I be taking to go and prepare for this interview? Maybe you don't know it, but you study up and now you've gained a competence and you give them the impression, you know what? He understands at least where the dominoes are. How do my skills and experiences and accomplishments directly contribute to the company's objectives? Okay, directly contribute, directly qualify, directly impact, directly correlate, directly, not indirectly, but directly. I was coaching a client one time, and this client had put in over 150 applications. I redid their resume. Our company did their resume over, and their phone started ringing. Between their networking and our resume, they were getting a bunch of interviews, but they were not progressing well in the interviews. And sometimes they get to the second round, they get to the third round. We'll put together these interview packets. Our company puts together interview packets to give you information about the industry, about the company, about the role, about how you may fit. I put together, I think it was a 65-page information packet. That's not on the long side, but it was a high-level executive role with high regulation in the industry. This person was applying for the role, and they kept applying for these various roles that they were not directly qualified for. So they would get to the second, third round, sometimes fourth round. But when they got to the person who was the expert, the person who was the technician, the person who was very, very skilled, they can see this person really didn't have the accomplishments for this role. They had the aspirations, but not the accomplishments. You want to show how your accomplishments and your certifications directly match that role. Save yourself some time, save them some time. Do you directly qualify? Do I have strong situations, tasks, actions, and results to show I'm actually prepared for this role? Ladies and gentlemen, when you come here, you're looking at you want to make sure you got self-awareness, Want to make sure you understand company and role alignment. Want to make sure you have role specific. Are you ready today for this role? Can you come in, do orientation, get your key, get your access pad, get your equipment, and start making a difference? What do you do during the interview questions? So now we're in the interview. Your resume has got you in. Remember, resumes get you interviews. Good interviews get you job offers. Okay. During the interview, you want to questions to ask the interviewer. So you aren't just being interviewed, but you're also interviewing the person that's interviewing you. You're interviewing the company. As you're interviewing the company, you want to highlight your competence, your abilities, your critical thinking, your problem-solving ability, and your innovation. So some questions that you can ask. What are the top priorities for this role within the first 90 days? Once they tell you, you want to start telling how your past accomplishments can help you accomplish those goals in the first 90 days. How is success measured for this position? So is success measured by new innovations? Is success measured by closures? Is success measured by new people on staff? How is success measured? Is success measured by projects? Is success measured by time frame? What is success in this role? Number 3, can you describe the team dynamics and the role's interaction with other departments? Now you're looking at chemistry. Now you're looking at fit. Now you're exercising emotional intelligence. Number 4, what are the company's short-term and long-term goals? What are they trying to accomplish and how can you fit there? Once they tell you short-term and long-term goals, you want to tell them how your past accomplishments can help you achieve their short-term and their long-term goals. Guys, stop playing chess and start playing checkers. Stop playing checkers and start playing chess. Too many of us are asking the questions they're asking. That's checkers. But when you're playing chess, you're asking the questions they should be asking, and you're anticipating a higher level and a deeper level question. What are the company's short-term and long-term goals, and how does this role contribute to them? What opportunities for growth and development are within the organization? That gives them the impression that you might want to stick around for a while. You aren't just going to come there, use them as a stepping stone and leave within 6 months. You know what? I want to come and stay for a while and make an impact. The next thing is behavioral and situation questions. What has been the biggest challenge for someone in this role in the past? Now you want to start doing your historical information. You want to see how somebody succeeded, how somebody failed, how long were they there? What do you value most in employees who excel in this organization? What do employees in this organization do extremely well? That tells you how you can come in and succeed. Don't bring your own thoughts about success. Ask them what is success. How has this role evolved over time, and where do you see it heading? You want to see, is there some scope? Is there some vision? Is there a long-term opportunity here? Is there opportunity to increase your income? Is there opportunity to be promoted? Can you share examples of recent projects or initiatives the team has undertaken? When they give you this information, you want to continue to play chess and start showing them how you add value, how you're the right person, how you've done that already, how you can do that, how you have ideas to fulfill that. Cultural fit and values. Can you share more about the company culture and what makes someone successful here? The reality is you want to make sure it's a place where you can go and thrive. It's not just a job, it's a career. Can you go there and thrive? Do they have the resources to support your competence? Do they have the staff to support what you're bringing to the table? Can you pull off what they're asking you to do with the resources they've made available for you? How does this company support employee well-being and work-life balance? Now, you do want to say, you know what, I'm a hard worker, but people want balance as well. How does that look here? Are there opportunities to participate in company initiatives outside of my core responsibilities? How are we helping humanity? How are we helping our community? How are we helping those who are in school? How are we helping those who are training? That's the culture, fit, and value. Here's some closing questions. Number 1, do you have any concerns about my qualifications that I can address? That question is not often asked by people. But when you ask that question, you get a chance to see how they respond, and you get a chance to address any concerns they may have that they want to share. What are the next steps in the interview process? That shows confidence. Is there anything else I can provide to assist in your decision-making process? That gives you a chance to fill gaps that may have come up. What do you do after the interview is over? The interview process is not over once you hang up that phone call, once you log off Zoom, once you log off Teams. The interview is not done until you do follow-up. So what are some post-interview questions? Number one, you want to ask, did I clearly communicate my value proposition and relevant experience for your personal performance? What did you do? Were my answers concise, impactful, tailored to the interviewer's questions? Sometimes in your follow-up, you want to mention something you forgot. Sometimes in your follow-up, you want to highlight what you mentioned. You want to make sure that your answers are concise, they're impactful, they're straight to the point, they answer the question that was asked, but they also highlight your abilities and your accomplishments. Did I establish positive rapport with the interview? You know, people hire, they don't just hire the most competent person. They don't just hire the most accomplished person. They hire people they like. You know what? You can't get around human tendency. Human tendency is to show favor and rate people higher whom you like or whom you share some type of chemistry with. Role and company alignment. Does this role match my professional goals and values? You will not stay long term at a place that does not match your professional goals and passions. If you're not passionate about the role, I encourage you to eat, but long term, look for a role where there's a good fit. Look for a role you get excited about. Look for a role you jump out the bed looking forward to go to it. Are you coming with the responsibilities, the expectations, and the growth opportunities? All of this is after you've had a chance to ask your questions during the interview, and now you're reflecting upon what they told you. Can I see myself thriving in this company's culture? Next steps. Did I miss any key points or examples that I can highlight in a follow-up or a thank you note? Should I send more than one person a thank you note? Were there 3 people on the panel? Can I find them on LinkedIn? Did I get their email addresses? What feedback can I apply for future interviews? Every interview is a lesson for your next interview. Have I prepared thoughtful follow-up questions or comments for subsequent interviews? What did I learn in this interview that can help me in subsequent interviews? If you have any kind of questions, please post them in the chat right now. We would love to see your questions and get feedback. Here are some questions for specialized situations. For leadership roles, what is the biggest challenge the team is currently facing, and how can I contribute to solving it? So you want to ask them that question, but you also want to accentuate their answer, add to their answer, fill in gaps. This is your time to shine. This is your time to demonstrate your competence. This is your time to say how you've solved that problem in the past. Now, you got to get over the shyness stuff. Well, I didn't want to seem arrogant. I didn't want to seem braggadocious. When you get into these interviews, demonstrating who you are, what your accomplishments are, and what you have done is not bragging. It's demonstrating your fitness and your confidence and your competence for the job. People don't want to hire people who don't have confidence. People don't want to hire people who don't have competence. People don't want to hire people who cannot communicate and convey how they make a difference. Number 2, what leadership style is most effective in this organization? You want to see how they lead. You want to see if your style can thrive in an organization. How do you support leadership development and mentorship? That'll tell you if leadership is a value in that organization. Most people at a leadership level are not looking for somebody to come in and then hold their hand. They're looking to bring somebody in who can hit the ground running. They're looking to bring somebody in at a leadership level who can develop other people. They're looking for somebody not just does addition, but somebody when they come on staff, they are a multiplier. There's an exponential impact by bringing them on. They can supervise, they can coach, they can mentor, they can delegate, they can give feedback, they can redirect, they can encourage, they can motivate, they can innovate through other people. So we talk about leadership, it's not a lower level role, it's a higher level role. For technical roles, how does this company remain updated with current trends and technologies? Are they ahead of the curve? Or are they behind the curve? Or are they on the curve? Can you share more about the technical tools or methodologies used in this role, this organization? That'll give you an indication of what resources you have, what tools you have, how innovative they are. What has been the most successful technical initiative in the past year and why? You can piggyback on each one of these things. You can introduce new technologies. You can ask about what you've already used. You can share how you use the same tool or parallel tool. For customer-facing roles, how does this company measure customer satisfaction? And so, what's most important for them? Do they prioritize customer relations? Do they prioritize and fund customer incentives? Can you describe a recent challenge with a client or a customer and how it was resolved? That'll tell you how serious they are about resolving problems. And lastly, how do you empower employees to resolve customer concerns or issues? Challenges come up in customer service. People call in unhappy. What resources, what tools do you have to resolve those? Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and post your questions. We want to address your questions and your feedback and your concerns. Hey guys, here's our offer for tonight. If you got a resume, you need to get your resume reviewed, you need to get your resume scored. Send us your email. Email it to us at info@maximizinglife.org. We'll send it back with some feedback. We'll send it back with some scoring. Make sure you let us know what your industry is. Guys, go to ultimatejobsearch.org. Read more about our company, our services, how we can service you. We are passionate about helping you get the job you deserve. Hey, thanks for joining us on tonight. We look forward to servicing you. We look forward to Module 3 next time. Hope to see you there.